Welcome to the Here's My Story channel. I'm Kristen. When my best friend Bonnie saw me at school, she yelled, "But you said you were going to dye your hair black. You lied to me. It's red." I didn't ask her why she was mad because I already had a guess. Bonnie was my best friend. The other day, I told her I was going to dye my hair black. She copied me to a T, so she went to the salon right after school and got her hair dyed black. Meanwhile, I had changed my mind at the salon and dyed it red. When Bonnie saw the color of my hair, she was mad, so she refused to talk to me all day. What happened next? When Bonnie came to school the next day, she had red hair. As if nothing happened, she said, "I dyed my hair red. How does it look?" She was a day late, but still managed to copy me. I was annoyed, but didn't say anything. Bonnie and I had been friends for 6 years. She wasn't like this in the beginning, but in the last couple of years, she started to copy me. I didn't say anything in order to protect our friendship, but she overdid it. She was copying pretty much everything I did. For example, she used to hate K-pop. She would tease me when I listened to it, but then she started listening to nothing but K-pop. She even said she would get a BTS tattoo on her arm when she turned 18. And she never used to wear pants. I always wear pants, so she would mock me and say, "You'll grow a beard one day." But as you can guess, now she only wears pants. I can give you so many other examples, but I'm sure you get what I mean. I have to admit, in the beginning, I thought it was cute that she was copying me. She was my best friend after all. But with time, she started to go overboard and shamelessly copy everything about me, from my favorite foods and hobbies to how I speak and my Instagram posts. I tried to confront her several times, but she always denied it. So finally, I decided to accept her as she is. Bonnie and I spent evenings texting each other. One evening, she stopped responding to my texts. I figured she'd call me when she was available, so I didn't make much of it. Then I was scrolling Instagram while brushing my teeth before bed. I went into total shock when I saw the photo on my feed. Bonnie and my crush, Lucas, had been to the movies. They took a selfie together and Lucas wrote, "A lit movie night." I looked at the photo again. I couldn't believe it. My best friend was on a date with my crush. The weird part was that Bonnie liked someone else, but she went out with Lucas only because I liked him and because she wanted to copy me. I was so frustrated that I began crying. My grandmother lives with us and our rooms are adjacent. She came to my room when she heard me crying. She sat down with me and asked, "Is it Bonnie again?" I had told her the things that Bonnie did. I nodded, yes, and she really upset me this time. When my grandmother said, "I think it's time to teach her a lesson," I was worried. I said, "Grandma, she's my best friend. She's not a bad person. Friends can copy each other, but unfortunately, Bonnie does it a little too much. But I still don't want to punish her." She replied, "I know she's a good girl, but I also know I could teach her a small lesson without hurting her, and I'm sure you're going to get a kick out of what I'm going to do." Then she left. I wasn't too happy with Grandma getting involved, but a small lesson couldn't hurt, right? Otherwise, she would escalate this copying thing and we might have to call it quits at some point. Grandma came back holding a small bottle with clear liquid inside, something that looked like water. Giving me the bottle, she said, "Make sure Bonnie drinks half of this, then drink the rest yourself." Curious, I asked what it would do. Grandma giggled and said, "If everything goes as planned, she will never copy you again. I won't tell you what will happen when you drink this. Think of it as a surprise." I invited Bonnie over the next day. We would usually hang out at one of our houses after school, so it didn't seem out of the ordinary. We were chilling in my room as usual. At some point, I went to the kitchen saying I would get us some snacks. I made us 2 sandwiches and poured 2 half glasses of juice. My heart was racing when I filled the rest of the glasses up with Grandma's mystery liquid. I was so curious to see what was going to happen. I put it all on a tray and went back to my room. Bonnie was complaining about one of our teachers. She took a big bite out of the sandwich, then she chugged the juice. I grabbed the other juice and drank it up too. Suddenly, there was a white flash of light inside the room. We were dazzled by the intensity of the light. When things went back to normal, I stared at Bonnie in amazement. She was also stunned. She held out her arms in front of her. Then she stood up and examined her pants. She said, "Kristen, what's going on? Why am I wearing your clothes?" Then she looked at my clothes. Her eyes widened when she realized what I was wearing. "And when did you put my clothes on? What's going on? How did we switch outfits?" I realized what Grandma had done. I reached for the mirror on the table and turned it towards Bonnie. She screamed when she looked in the mirror. She yelled, "How is this possible? Why does my face look like yours? Kristen, why does your face look like mine?" Grandma had cast a body-switching spell on us. The elixir I mixed into our juice gave my body and my face to Bonnie, and vice versa. Our bodies had been switched. This was really fun, just like my grandmother had said. Laughing, I said, "My dear friend, you should be happy. You know how you always copied me? Now you don't have to do that because we switched bodies. You are me, and I am you." Bonnie was still trying to figure it out. After closely looking at her face in the mirror, she turned to me, bewildered. She asked, "Kristen, how did you do this?" Smiling, I replied, "I didn't. My grandma did." "Your grandma? Mrs. Miller did this?" She was in shock. I began to explain to Bonnie our family's biggest secret. My great-great-great-grandmother was a witch. As the war against witches was being waged in Europe, she found a way to escape from Spain to America. She never practiced witchcraft again, but wrote down all the spells she knew about. This handwritten manuscript was handed down from generation to generation. Right now, my grandma has it. She hates witchcraft, but sometimes she uses spells to overcome minor issues we face. That's why she cast a body-switching spell on us. You don't need to copy me anymore because this spell turned you into Kristen. Bonnie began to cry. "I'm so sorry. Yes, I was copying you, but this is too much. I don't want to be exactly like you. I want to live with my own family in my own home, in my own room. But I can't go there in this body. They wouldn't believe me even if I told them. They'd think I lost my mind. I promise I will never copy you again. I see now how silly I've been. Please help me. I want my body back." I was sad to see her so upset. I asked, "What about Lucas? Are you going to date him or anyone else I like?" She answered, "Of course not. You're right. I went out with him because I was copying you, which was so wrong. I'll never do it again." She looked in the mirror again. "From now on, I'm going to be myself. It's so pathetic to copy someone else. Please ask your grandma to reverse the spell. I want my own face back." At that moment, my grandmother appeared out of nowhere in a cloud of mist. I was used to her doing that, but Bonnie screamed. Laughing, my grandma said, "I've been here the whole time, honey. I had to come and see if the body-switching spell worked, but you two couldn't see me because I was invisible." Then she turned to Bonnie. "Bonnie, I know you're a good person, but some of the things you did upset my granddaughter. I wanted to help her out with my spells. I hope you're not too angry with me, but as far as I can tell, you figured out what you were doing wasn't quite right." Bonnie replied, "I definitely did, Mrs. Miller. Please reverse the spell. I want to go back to my own body." Grandma took another small bottle out of her pocket, opened it, and said, "Just smell this elixir to reverse the body-switching spell." The smell was lovely. Bonnie and I both took a whiff. There was another flash of light in the room. When things went back to normal, Bonnie looked at me. She screamed, "Kristen, you're you!" She grabbed the mirror and looked at her reflection, then screamed, "Yay, I'm me again!" Honestly, I was very happy to return to my own face and body, too. Bonnie and I hugged each other. Bonnie turned to Grandma and said, "Mrs. Miller, thank you for the lesson you taught me. Also, I have to say that you being a witch is so cool." Grandma smiled and said, "I'm not a witch, honey. Witchcraft is banned in our family. I just happen to have a book of spells. Years ago, our family mutually decided to take out all the pages containing black magic spells and burn them, which means we couldn't become witches even if we wanted to." Then she asked for Bonnie's hand. Bonnie held out her hand and Grandma took it. She closed her eyes and said, "Valese release extremis. Valese release diatremes." Then she opened her eyes and explained, "Honey, I know we can trust you, but still, this is the biggest secret of our family. That's why I cast a secret-keeping spell on you. Even if you tell anyone about this spell, that person will instantly forget what you told them. They will never be able to retain the memory of it." Bonnie squealed, "This is the coolest thing ever. I love it." We all started to laugh. If it hadn't been for my grandmother, I could have lost my best friend. Thanks to her fantastic spell, Bonnie stopped copying me.